I said this before, y'all, and I'm going to say this again. Nobody on Love and Hip Hop are genuinely friends, especially the females. I really feel like they really do not like each other. And, well, before I get into the topic, right? I feel like the last time I watched it was, I think, Mimi's situation. Or no, was it Kalina? Because I think Kalina and her husband came after that. Yeah. Because I wanted to say I truly stopped watching it when Althea and Benzino was on there. Anyways, I seen the clip and the episode where Yandy got into it with Jasmine and her friends. And the clip that I seen a lot of people in the comments on Instagram like, oh, it's about time, or this is the Yandy we like to see, or whatever the situation is, right? And to me, the whole thing was a joke. Rashida is nobody's friend when it comes to me, how I feel personally, when it comes to herself, and especially with her marriage. Her and Kirk are very well aware of who they are individually and together. That's one. Two, ever since the situation with her and K. Michelle, I never really viewed Rashida the same. And I came across a video on YouTube where she discussed offering an apology or whatever the case may be, and K. Michelle didn't accept it, and I agree. If I was K. Michelle, I wouldn't have accepted it either, because there is no way you're going to sit here and try to tell me that I wasn't abused by a man who I knew before you and your friend that he started to have dealings with and then ended up marrying. There's no way y'all going to tell me about a relationship that he and I had, which was previous to y'all even knowing this man. That's one. For her to sit here or to sit on that episode or that show in general, that whole season, and, you know, act like she was showing compassion towards K. Michelle, crying, going to the event that, you know, they held for the domestic violence against women. For her to sit there and cry with that woman, but then turn around and say, oh, I don't believe you because he's now with my friend and he never put his hands on her, is some real trifling, scum of the earth behavior. And it says a lot about you as a person, as an individual. Because what does your friend have to do with K. Michelle? Like, what does their relationship have to do with K. Michelle? I'm really trying to understand that. Like, I really, for the life of me, could not understand what was her purpose in bringing that up. What was the purpose? Like, what did you get out of it? Then, she had Erica, Scrappy's first baby mother, in on her BS. Then Jessica Dahn, when she thought she did something, when she fought, what's the other girl? I forgot. But Mimi, lovely Mimi, had a little incident with her and her friend too. Whatever. Jessica Dahn thought she did a little something with that too. No. Embarrassed herself. And then now it's Yandy. I'm confused. I'm so confused as to why y'all feel like y'all need to go so hard for a woman who clearly made her decision. Please help me understand that. This is why it pays to mind your business. This is why it pays to mind your business when it comes to these situations. Like, friendship is such a tricky thing, especially with females, because if it's not based off competition, secret animosity, jealousy, envy, whatever the case may be, it just seemed like females can't really get along when it's time to really be a sisterhood, right? And I say that because this is a domino effect. This is a domino effect. This is what happens when you don't mind your business and you worry about somebody else's grass instead of your own. I get wanting to be a friend. I get wanting to, you know, be a listening ear, a shoulder to lean on or cry on, whatever the situation is, right? That's very understandable. Very understandable. Sorry, y'all. I had a message on my other phone. Sorry. But yeah, I get being trying to be a friend. I get that. I feel like everybody deserves to have at least one good friend, at least, in their life. If you can't count on nobody else, or friend wise, I get being a friend. I get wanting to be a friend. I get wanting to be a friend. But what I will never do, and what I can't understand or comprehend or fathom with a lot of these females is, why do you like embarrassing yourself? One thing I will never do for a friend is embarrass myself. If I don't have all the facts, baby, the proof, what am I standing 10 toes behind? What am I really helping you with? Besides making matters worse, because now we going off of assumptions and things that really ain't got no hard, substantial evidence. Nothing that's going to stick. Like, make it make sense. As I stated before, Rashida and her husband know exactly what they doing. They know exactly what they doing. And to have your friends get caught up in the crossfire for y'all wrongdoing says a lot. It says a lot. Not to mention, this is not the first time her friends have gotten more involved or been more invested than she has. There's so much to break down and tear apart about Rashida's marriage. But it's like, what's the point? You can't help nobody that don't want to be helped. And it seemed like everybody want to be judging Jasmine. Like I said, I don't condone side chicks. I don't like breaking up happy homes. I don't like disloyalty in any form of situation or circumstance. I hate disloyalty, period. But what we not gonna do is sit here and have everybody else look down upon or frowned upon because it's somebody else bullshit. Like that, it makes no sense. No sense. This woman clearly made her decision on what it is that she wanted to do, as well as her husband. It seemed like everybody always got to put their 2 cents in, but the people who are involved in it. But what we not going to do is sit here and have everybody else look down upon or frowned upon because it's somebody else bullshit. Like that, it makes no sense. No sense. This woman clearly made her decision on what it is that she wanted to do, as well as her husband. It seemed like everybody always got to put their 2 cents in, but the people who are involved in it. Okay, y'all, sorry, I had a brief interruption. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Not to mention, what I really don't understand about this situation too is Jasmine is not the first person that Kirk cheated on her with. First of all, we didn't even know about Jasmine until it was, or no, because I think she revealed the baby. I think we found out about Jasmine when we found out that Kirk had another baby. But why are y'all forgetting that the first time we ever knew, like we even realized they had relationship problems, was when he was in that cabin with Benzino, and Benzino was like, oh, Bobby Valentino was supposed to come, but he ended up not coming, whatever the case may be, right? Bambi, Scrap's ex-wife, yeah, second baby mama, also was a mistress and a side chick when he was still dealing with his baby mama. Anyways, I don't understand how Rashida could befriend Bambi. And this is why I said, y'all, in the beginning, it's hard for me to believe that anybody on Love and Hip Hop is genuinely friends, specifically the females, but especially the industry in general. Like, it's really hard for me to believe that these people really like each other, because Bambi was in that hot tub with her friends. Them two girls that we seen Kirk step out with was Bambi friends. And I don't know if y'all remember, but this is how I know they be editing the shows now, and why I be believing when they say that. Because before they was really like starting to edit the shows, in the hot scene tub, Benzino had asked, I think he was like, oh, how do y'all feel about, or I think he asked Bambi something along the lines like, oh, how you feel about your friends, playing side chicks or mistresses to married men or men in relationships, but specifically married men. And Bambi said something like, oh, well, we can't be blamed because the wife not doing her job. Something along those lines, basically blaming the wife as to why her husband is stepping out. And then he followed up and asked her, does she agree? Or does she feel wrong for what her friends was doing? And she said no. To sum it up, she said no. She basically said not that they don't owe the wife loyalty, is what she said. They don't owe the wife loyalty, the man do. And that they can't feel bad because he's choosing up. Basically is what I interpreted from what she said. Because that's exactly what she said. But what kills me with Rashida is, how are you sitting here with a girl who was in the hot tub with her friends, the two friends that we seen on national TV? What I can't seem to understand is, how did her and Bambi become friends after that? There is no way y'all gonna put me on the show, y'all. I promise y'all, I could not date a celebrity man. I don't care if from a sports player to a musician, actor, whatever. And y'all put me on the show where y'all think I'm about to sit in a room full of females that he had past dealings with. No, that's not gonna work for me. That's not gonna work for me, because the show is called Love and Hip Hop, or whatever title y'all got for the show. Why y'all not showcasing what the title is like? Why y'all not showcasing the music? I thought when I was growing up, I thought they said the purpose of Love and Hip Hop was the show was based off rappers or musicians and they partners. It seemed like we got a whole drama show, because the only people that really did music was K. Michelle. Scrappy, we ain't had no music from him, but he was a musician. Who else? Rashida, but right. Jocelyn tried. K. Michelle really, to me, besides Tiara Marie and Ray J, was the only musicians that I really were familiar with that actually had songs out that people played, was actually signed to labels. But anyways, y'all, that's another topic, conversation for another time. What I'm not understanding is, how did you befriend a woman who was present when your husband was cheating on you? Literally sitting in the hot tub. Was in the hot tub, in the cabin. But you want to be mad at Jasmine. Why you not holding the same? Yeah. That's why I don't do reality TV. It's just not for me. The last time I really watched a reality show and I was like into it, but I probably ain't had no business watching it, was Flavor of Love. That, For the Love of Ray J, Real Chance of Love, and I Love New York. When those shows was on these networks, it was worth watching. I didn't agree with a lot of the things that was happening on them shows either, but they were way more worth watching than what we got now on TV. That goes for the Real Housewives, everybody on Bravo. No, it's a no for me. It's a no. No.